Arresto Momentum! What's up guys, Stock here again. I found a wand in my make-believe forest that's actually a bunch of palm trees right there in my backyard. You guys have seen it in my past vlogs where I'm hitting the crap out of the palm tree. Anyways, so today's one, I'm going to make it real quick for you guys. Today's one is off the top of my head, as usual, feelings and emotions which cloud our better judgment and I guess our thought process. So, aka decision making. So I find that the quickest way to do this, Sadaki's way of course, this is not the best way, this is not the only way, this is not number one in the whole world you must do. I'm not your older brother, I'm not your father, I'm not your keeper. This is just my way that I've figured out to do it. And yeah, so let me just break it down for you guys. Number one is identify. Now what do I mean when I say that? I mean identify what situation or situations bring up feelings and or emotions that you feel are going to disrupt your better judgment or your ability to negotiate situations or problems clearly and effectively. Now that sounds really complicated the way I said it, but it really isn't. When you find out that, let's just say you're in a relationship or you're trying to get into a relationship, but you're scared because you've been cheated on or something. Of course, the way that you view the opposite sex that you apparently want a relationship with, of course everybody wants one. The feeling is not going to dissipate because, oh, I've been cheated on before, so my whole entire life I will never want to be in a relationship again. No, of course not. You're going to want, you have the feeling of wanting a relationship, but for some reason there's a mental blockage that kind of impedes your want to go over there and say something because this lady's looking damn good. Or for you ladies out there, oh, looking like Edward from Twilight, you know, or whatever the hell it is. Point being though that, for example, if you have problems and situations, aka feelings and emotions that have arisen on the topic of ... identify them. Number two is to acknowledge that I get intimidated and scared. I'm fearful of my boss, or whatever it is, or women that are very beautiful and attractive. I lose my breath. I cannot concentrate, and even though I'm very clever in my words, and you guys know Sadaki, but when I'm in front of a beautiful hot woman, for example, now hypothetically, you know, oh, I just can't put the words together, or whatever it is. Be able to acknowledge that this is the subject, this is the topic, and this is how it makes me feel. And then number three, of course, is to ask why. Ask why a minimum of 3 times. So, okay, what is the topic that makes you feel all, you know, uptight and you cannot breathe and everything? Oh, beautiful women. Why? I don't know. I guess it just takes my breath away. Do do do. Do do do. Take my breath away. How come? I don't know how come. Maybe, I don't know, when I think about it, maybe it's just in my past I've been on the receiving end, or so I feel, on the receiving end more than on the giving out end of negative treatment in my previous relationships, and maybe it's caused me to be a bit more timid. Why? Because I'm shy. Because I don't know, I can't tell what's going to happen or where it's going to go, or I don't want to waste their time, I don't want them to waste my time, I don't want, you know, I don't want to be the person that does bad or wrong. I don't want to be wrong, I don't want to be incorrect, I don't know. Maybe that's it, maybe I'm just scared. That was all hypothetical, of course. My acting is terribly unpolished, terribly unrefined and rough around the edges, forgive me. But this is supposed to be comedic, but yet serious, with a nice twist of, yeah, Sadaki's a crazy guy. But that aside, the point being though that, when you have time, or rather, if it means anything to you to get over this obstacle, because that's what it is, it's a freaking obstacle. Bruh, you ever went to DZ Discovery Zone? You ever been in Chuck E. Cheese? Get the ball pit and the slide and you gotta crawl through the monkey bars and everything? It's a freaking game. It's an obstacle, for Christ's sakes. Ain't nothing to be scared of. So when you feel like you're ready to create time to overcome this obstacle, which you only have 24 hours in a day. You can only be one place at a time. You got to create the time. You got to make the time. But that aside, when you're taking it serious enough and you want to get past this obstacle, find somewhere quiet. Like I'm outside of my house right now. Find somewhere quiet. Have a seat. You know, get maybe a little bit serious about it, and start identifying what it is. What's the subject? What does it make you feel emotionally, feelings-wise? What do you or don't you like? And start asking the why factor. Why? And what I like about this is that when you do this, you start to really figure out, just on the basic level, you really start to figure out if you're a coward or if you're real. Because when I first started to do this a couple years ago on my own, just figured out that I just asked myself questions to figure out stuff. I probably had the answer on the inside, I just didn't ask myself the correct questions to unlock the answer. That's the way I thought. So as I started to do that, not that I found the right answer, because I didn't have the right answer most of the time, but it helped me to realize who I was, and to realize that I'm being a coward, and I'm avoiding the correct answer, I'm avoiding the truth, by lying or choosing not to believe it, even though that's what it is. And you figure out quickly if you're real or you're a coward. And if you're a coward, that's great. Live that life, or do something about it and conquer the obstacle, become stronger, know yourself better, and realize that you're not a coward, and that you're not made out of glass. Or if you're real and you manage to be honest and true to yourself about it, honestly, then conquer the obstacle because you're real. Real people conquer obstacles. They become stronger, better, faster, harder, whatever, and they move forward in their life. So move forward. And wonder how come you haven't realized that I'm real the whole time, why you was tricking yourself. But that aside, that's the Sadaki method. That's not the only method. That's not the best method per se. It may work for you, it may not work for you. But yeah, that's me. And yeah, so I will catch you guys later on the next vlog. So Guardian Leviosa.